Welcome back to Bits of an Artist's Life. This is Sandy Hester. I am gearing up for cold weather painting. If you've been here for a while, I think maybe 2 years ago, it could have been longer, I don't know. I did a video, it was my first time to go out and not only cold weather, but it was snowing, maybe even a snowstorm, I can't remember. It was the title of the video was extreme painting or something like that. I will link it below. If you've been here, you remember. Painted out in the snow, it was super fun. I brought the painting in, then I went and changed it out of all my snow gear, came back and the painting had literally melted off the canvas. It was like a puddle on the floor in the studio. Got a great laugh out of it. So this year I've been thinking about how I want to do things. Since now I'm painting on canvas and paper and taking my acrylic paints out with me, I was thinking how can I keep my little pots of acrylic paint from freezing. Just been doing a lot of thinking. If you know me, if you've been here, you know I do a lot of process thinking and all that. Here's what I've come up with, and I'm going to show you in a minute of a package that just arrived and what's going on here. But basically, I was thinking I'm going to purchase smaller, not like this is how I normally buy paint and big things like this. I'm going to buy the LIQUITEX heavy body acrylic. Actually, I've got two different brands. I'll show you this in a minute, but basically tubes of paint, kind of like how I do with my acrylic gouache. Tubes of paint, take those out and just dip my brush in the actual paint instead of squeezing it out. I think that's going to be a good situation for me. I went a little overboard. I just got this package in and I was like, oh, this is why this was so expensive. It didn't feel like a whole lot when I was just had in the cart online. This is a little, now I'm like, well, this is going to be a little heavy if I take all this out. But, I'm trying new things, new colors, that. So sometimes you have to buy a lot to try it all out. I'm definitely not going to be painting in snowstorms anymore, or even in the snow. I definitely learned my lesson, when it's 30 degrees, it's going to freeze and fall off my canvas. So we'll see how this goes and I'll let you know. Okay, so here's the situation. These are what I just bought. Actually, there's even more than this because I bought a few at the art store when I was there the other day. Yeah, but here are ones that I already had, some different brands that I bought in the past and didn't really like them. And I did already have, wait, what is that? Oh, that's my acrylic gouache. Why is that in there? I don't know. Anyways, okay, so here we are. I've got some of the LIQUITEX. I do really like the LIQUITEX. I only had one golden, so I couldn't really tell much from it. But anyways, I'm not gonna test all these colors. I will say, wait, not that one. I picked this one up at the store the other day and I really liked it. This brilliant blue, it's nice. It's kind of like a cerulean, but more brilliant and kind of beautiful ocean blue. So I'm just kind of looking through. I did buy raw sienna the other day. I think I already had this cat-free. Anyways, basically I'm not gonna go through everything. Well, let me put this one in here. Oh, I did buy this too. Yeah, I forgot there were some that I wanted to swatch. Now I'm going through this bin. I'm what else is in here? I don't remember. Raw sienna. Okay. So basically I have way too many. Because I won't be taking all this out with me. Okay, I'm going to separate these. I don't need to show you phthalo blue. You know what I mean? Is that one that I bought? No, that came in today's thing. I don't need to show you ultramarine. You already know what that looks like. One of the things I do like about using the same brand in paints, the ones that I use in the studio, which is LIQUITEX Soft Body. I know that the LIQUITEX Heavy Body is going to be the exact same color. Cad-free, red light, and Heavy Body is going to look just like the Soft Body that I use in the studio. So that's nice. I'll already know the piano key of what that one does. But I did buy some extra colors. Do I need to say that? I bought some extra colors because these are for painting out on location. So having just already made colors like a Titan's Mars Pale will be nice because I don't have to mix. I could just like giddy up, you know what I mean? Like for maybe skin color, you know, things like that. I bought some greens. I'm really excited about testing out the greens. Let me get things separated and then I'll come back. Okay, let's get to swatching. I am going to test the greens out first because that's what I'm most excited about. And I've got a white sketchbook page here. This is the Golden Titan Pale, Titan Green Pale. I think this will be a very handy color. Yes, actually, that looks a lot like my parchment in LIQUITEX Basics. Let me grab that and we'll test. That'll be funny if it's the same. Ooh, that was loud. Okay, because then I could have just... I feel like this is already going to go too long. No, it's not the same. Okay, I already feel like this is going to be like too long, so I'm going to go really quick. This is Hooker's Green Deep. Ooh, doggity dog, yes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's in the LIQUITEX. That is so stinking nice, I can barely handle it. Okay, you look nice. Hooker's Green Deep. Whew, nice. Okay, we are off to a good start, people. This is just Viridian, the transparent one. I probably don't even need to test this. Okay, yeah, Viridian, nothing new there. Viridian is Viridian. Okay, Hooker's Green Hue and the Golden. Whoa, this is, wow, I like that. Makes me want to go outside and paint right now. Okay, this will be a nice, if I add like some burnt umber or any other red to it, but that's nice on its own. Super happy with that too. Whew, hot doggity. This is Sap Green Hue and Golden. Oh, that's nice too. Geez, on me's. Ooh, this reminds me of, there's a watercolor I have that reminds me of. Wow. Okay, those are some nice like neutral greens. They're not screaming your face. I'm super happy with those so far. Okay, this next one is Chrome Oxide Green in LIQUITEX. Let's see if it will stand up to all the others and be just as amazing. Yes, okay, wow. I will definitely be taking these three out. I may not even take Viridian. Though Viridian is nice when mixed with other things. I also got this Mars Yellow and Golden because it looked kind of nice. Though I can mix this again when I'm out. I don't have time to mix. Ooh, that is super nice. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm glad I got that. It's not what I thought it was going to be, but I'm very happy with it. Let's see, what else did I want to show you? Oh, I bought parchment. And this also. So that's going to be, so now I have a lot of parchment. Okay, yep, this is the exact same as the basics. I also bought unbleached titanium. This looked like a nice like Caucasian flesh color, so I could just pop in figures really quick. Yep, nice. And I bought this green gold. Whoa, even though I didn't think I'd probably use it. This was LIQUITEX. But let's see. I have a feeling I'll have to add some white to this. This is going to be very transparent. Ooh, that's kind of exciting. Ooh, let's see what that looks like with some white. Wow. That's not usually a color I go for, but it's quite exciting. Oh boy, I'm going to have like a U-Haul with me. I have a feeling when I start taking these out. And then I got Titan Mars Pale Golden. Thought it could be nice to have some like light colors that I could dirty up or just use. Yeah, that's nice. And in golden, I also got a light orange. I don't know. See, those two I probably won't use that much. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm loving those, but they may be okay. But I also thought, let's test the Payne's Gray. I mean, Payne's Gray is pretty standard, but I mainly got it because it's nice sometimes for a quick dark to be able to use this. Yeah, that one's really nice. Ooh, that is nice. And that is really, really wonderful. And then also to mix a yellow with that is very nice. Let me grab a yellow. Where are you, yellow? I just had you. This is Cad Free Yellow Light. That should make a nice green. Yep. That's the quick lowdown on that. Okay, so I'm sitting here playing some more with these colors because that's what I do. And I thought I would pick up the camera one more time to show you this. So this is what I mean, like when I'm outside, this is what I'm gonna do, dip, dip, and then I'll just mix it right on the canvas because you get better color mixes and things like that. So this is an example of the Viridian and the transparent burnt sienna. So that's how I'll do it. I'm packing up to head out this afternoon, and I wanted to show you what I was doing just in case this is a help to anybody. I was thinking about how when I've got all my tubes in a bag, I want to be able to find them quickly. So I've been taking the paint and smearing it on the front and back so I can find it a little bit easier in the bag, and then also on the end. So when it's time for cleanup, I've got a little dab there, and then also obviously on the inside there'll be a dab. So all those are sitting there drying. And then what I also like to do, I need to be able to find my white really quick, whether it's in the bag or on the ground. So I take a bright piece of, like, what is this kind of tape? Duct tape. It really doesn't matter what you use, just something that you can, you know, that stands out. These are the ones that I've decided to take. These are the ones that are being left behind. Now today it's only like, it's going to be like 50 degrees out. So today is not like the cold weather test, but it is the test to see how do I like just working out of the tubes. Pro tip for you, thought I'd tell you about. I ended up just going down to the end of our road and plopping literally on the side of the road and painting a tree that hangs over our creek. The tubes worked perfect. The next day I went up kind of midways up our mountain and painted the view over our property and down the hollow, and I'm just loving the tubes. They're working so nicely. Okay, I am so excited. Guess what happened last night? We had our first snow of the season. Super excited about it. And it was like a really good snow for Nashville. I don't know. I need to go out with a measuring thing, but maybe like, it's like this out there, maybe 10 inches, maybe more. So I'm very excited about it. The bad news is that I think it's going to snow like all day. So I'm not going to go out when it's actively snowing. I don't want to go out when it's like right now it's like 16 degrees. I think that's a little too extreme and too cold. I'd like to be in the 20s, but who knows if, you know, I may go out when it's 16. Here's the deal. Yesterday I was still sick, and I just did like color charts because I realized I bought way too many colors of paints, which I'm sure you realize that. It's like way too much. I've been painting over the last few days and my paintings are not turning out very good. I think it's partly due to being sick and also taking too many colors out. So I thought, get back to basics, Sandy, get back to basics. So yesterday when I wasn't feeling good, low energy, I made, I bet you can't guess, color charts. So look at these. I'm going to show you better in a minute because right now it's like all glary because, oh, what's going on with this hair? Oh, geez. Because of all the white reflection outside. Like this color chart right here. Let me see if I can do it without it being glary. I'll pop in a picture or something. I mean, like I want to lick the page. These colors are so beautiful. And it always reminds me what you can do with a limited color palette. I'm like, Sandy, one of the reasons this looks lickable beautiful is because there's a color harmony. That just happens when you use a limited palette. This one that I did here is with just three colors plus white and black. And then this one I've started, I haven't finished this. This one is the same, but I changed the blue. So these have two different blues. The reason I did these color charts, not only to play around with the colors, but I thought I'm gonna take these with me for the next few times that I take my tube of paints out because it will remind me. Sometimes you get stuck in colors and it's like, oh, I can't mix anything different. But if I look at this, I'll be like, oh yeah, here's variety of colors I can get. So here are the colors besides white and black, and the black that I used was an ivory black, was just the Cad Yellow Light and Cad Red Deep. This is becoming my new favorite. I like a orangey red. So on my palette, I always add yellow to this red, but I've been using this just on its own and I'm like, oof, because I can, if I just leave it on its own, I can do so much. I can make it oranger, but then I can make it also all these beautiful like purples with blue, and I don't know. We're gonna maybe do a whole nother video just on this because this has been so amazing. And then ultramarine blue. And then I also have switched out my ultramarine blue using the same colors that I just mentioned and using a phthalo blue. I think today I'll either just take out like the 3 and just use probably ultramarine. I may take out the phthalo just to have some variety. I don't know. But that way I'm not carrying as much. I'm just carrying this instead of a U-Haul of stuff, of colors, of paint. You know what I mean? Like a whole art store out. So anyways, I wanted to tell you that. I'm preparing for that. I'm very excited. So that's what I'm gonna take out with me. When it warms up just a tad, if it can just get in the 20s, I'll go out. I might still go out. Okay, that's all I wanted to tell you. We're excited, we're doing it, we're gonna test this out. Oh, I did want to say this. I went out in the 30s the other day. Everything worked wonderful. It was the high 30s, probably like 37, 36, 37, but no issues whatsoever. So we'll test it in the 20s and see how all of it goes. Oh, I'm sweating. Oh, I think that's bad when you're... Okay. Oh, I forgot my canvas thing. Go get my canvas. It's the palette. I've got like a palette on my desk. Yes. Okay, it's starting to snow again, so I'm going to wrap up because I don't want things to like get wet, but I'm super happy. Not only with the painting, but with this whole setup. Super, super happy. I mean, the table, I'm going to start taking this table with me. I'm going to see how compact it gets. The way the paints worked, everything. So what I did, I'll probably talk about this. Maybe it'll be better inside because I don't know how good the audio is going to be. I'll try to talk loud. I painted on paper because I wanted to test how the paints do on paper and canvas. I brought this small canvas board out, as a palette, and we'll see how the paint does on it. I think it's going to be fine. It's in the 20s. I think low 20s actually. So I think everything's great. We won't know until we get inside and let things warm up. But because I don't want things to get wet, I'm going to pack up really quick and get inside. So fun. I could stay out here for another couple hours. Like, it's been amazing. Okay, I just got back in, changed clothes, and nothing has melted. Let me give you a little update. I've got my bag here. That was exhilarating. I told Grady when we were packing up and coming in, I was like, that was exhilarating and life-giving. I haven't been out for days. I've been sick. We've also been snowed in, and it's been like extreme cold. So normally I'd be out like every single day painting, but it has been like in dangerous temperatures and conditions. I probably have like snot on my face and paint, so I'm sorry about that. I wanted to tell you about a few of the things that I took and how everything's going. So I took a thermos with hot water that I boiled in my teapot thing before I left. Thought I'd have it to drink. I didn't drink. I was in like, I've got a paint mode. But I put that in my water bucket thing. I don't know how long it stayed warm, but you know, I thought maybe that would help. And it did not freeze. I did take a limited palette. Before I get to the palette, let me tell you this though. So here's the painting. As you can see, nothing has melted. Quite happy with the painting. The table worked out great. That table is usually in the studio. We actually bought it for camping, but I always like steal it. And you know, it's in here in the studio and gets piled up with things, but it's pretty lightweight. I think I may start taking that to the park and stuff. The negative is that then I'm like kind of more obvious. I'm not like in a little chair sitting on the floor, on the ground. It feels a little more off, which can draw attention. When I've taken my easel though and had a little more of a setup, like a big easel and stuff, I mean a big canvas, people actually seem to not come over. Like they feel even more like, woo, feels like something very professional going on. So who knows? Anyways, the palette, the paint on the palette has not melted off. It's done great also. So I think we are all clear for in the 20s. I think it's 21 degrees. No, actually it may even be under 20 at this point because that was several hours ago and it was supposed to be dropping in temperature all day. So I will try to remember to go look at the temperature and I'll put that up here so you know how cold it is. One of the things I do like about the humid cold here in the south is that it's slightly damp out, so it actually works really well for acrylics. I feel like things like dry at just the right time. Stuff on my palette stays wet longer. It wasn't very windy out. One time I got one big gust of wind and it blew everything off. My painting went flying down and I had like ice all stuck to the painting. Not snow, it was ice because yesterday we got like an ice storm. I also had Grady chop down some of my longer oil painting like hog bristle brushes because I just did. I wanted that. The other thing I wanted to give a tip on, I don't have it here. I thought I had it here. Oh, I put it in my pockets, I forgot. So one of the things that I do, I have a wool sock. This is not a wool sock, this is just a cotton sock that I was using as a rag. But I have a wool sock, wool because wool is warmer, and also because you can stick things through it easier. I took that with me in case my fingertips got too cold because I had fingerless gloves on this hand. I had regular gloves on this hand to keep all my digits warm. But with the wool sock, you can stick your paintbrush in there and then you're able to hold it just like you would normally. That's kind of a nice tip because sometimes with gloves, you can't feel the brush as easily. It's just a little clunkier and easier to drop. But if you have your sock and stick that through, you're able to hold it. I did not need that because I was dressed really warm. It wasn't windy, so I think I stayed a little warmer than normal. There's that tip. Okay, the colors, I think I've already told you the colors, but just in case I haven't, I stayed with a very limited palette and that worked great. And working from the tubes worked great. Everything stayed at a nice consistency, nothing froze up. I've got stuff on my face. My hair's getting in my face. Yeah, this is definitely a new thing. So I took Cad Free Yellow Light, and all these are Liquitex except for like 2 of them. Cad Free Red Deep, Phthalo Blue. I didn't use much of the Phthalo Blue, but I was glad I had it. Obviously white. I took Ivory Black, Ultramarine, and I took 2 whites because I've been enjoying this Old Holland. I only have 1. There's a nice creaminess about it. And I thought, let's see how you do outside. So I swapped back and forth. Liquitex is creamier. I feel like this one got a little clunkier and thicker as it got colder, but Liquitex stayed nice and like soft butter creaminess. So, man, Liquitex, you're good paint. So titanium white in Liquitex, and then I also did take 2 earth colors, yellow oxide and transparent burnt sienna. I was glad I had those because they came in handy. And then the Van Dyke brown as like my dirty mixing brown. This is the De La ROWNEY Acrylics. I've had this for a million years and it did really good too. I really like this paint a lot. I've used this in the past. The reason I don't continue to purchase it, I should look it up and see if it's changed. These lids don't go on well. You gotta have a lid that goes on well. It's one of the things I do like about the Liquitex. The lids go on well. I can't be messing around fumbling with lids. And because then also too, if it doesn't go on well, oh, this one froze up. It will dry out. So I should check back because I do like these paints. Look, everything is still staying. Nothing's melting. Okay, that is it for today's painting excursion. I came in early. I actually don't even know how long I was out there. I could have stayed out there for triple the amount of time, I think. I mean, who knows? Things could have started getting cold. My feet were getting a little cold, but I definitely had way more in me, but it started snowing. And I was afraid that was part of my problem like 2 years ago when my paintings melted when I came in, is that they got like too wet or something. I don't know. I was in a blizzard, snowstorm blizzard. So, and this is just like gentle, nice snow falling outside. But either way, I was like, let me pack up real quick because this painting was going well. And I didn't, I just wanted to see how without snow, how everything fared, and it fared well. I'm gonna go drink some coffee and finish warming up, clean up. That was like drinking 30 cups of coffee. And like, I don't know, it's like you plugged me up to the outlet, It's like I got energy, just life-giving. Getting out there, even if you don't paint a good painting. I mean, it's a bonus when you paint a good painting, but there's just something about being outside and hearing the birds and the fastness of it, the frantic, there's this like adrenaline. So anyways, super fun. If you're having a snowstorm or a snow day, get out and give it a go. We had a very exciting week during our snow week, and I wanted to tell you about a couple exciting things. First off, the group show that I'm in Morningside Gallery, which is in Scotland, launched. So that's awesome and very exciting. I have 6 oil still life paintings in it, which are rare for me. I don't paint in oil anymore, and so I just have a very limited supply of like still life oil paintings. So if you'd like a rare piece of work, snatch that up. You can go obviously in person to the gallery, but this year they made it where you can also purchase online. I'll put that link down below for you. The other like crazy exciting news that I cannot even believe I get to say this, I got into the Royal Society of British Artists annual exhibition. I got in. I cannot believe I got into this. I saw it on Instagram one day and I submitted. It was like the last day for submission and got in. I think we put in 5 or 6 pieces of work. I'll show those here, and there are going to be 2 that are going to be in the exhibition. I cannot believe it. These are the 2 right here that are going to be in the exhibition. The exhibition is going to be in London, February 29th through March 9th. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to be there in person, which really, really stinks, but I still feel really honored to be in this 200-year-old exhibition. It's been going since like 1823, I think. I'm like, what is going on? All this like big stuff. So I just wanted to tell you, I bring you guys along for all this stuff. So I wanted to tell you about those exciting things that we were excited about, that we're celebrating, that we feel a little like what is happening. And also in case you are interested in either seeing those works in person or purchasing those works. It has been a full week of exciting painting outside, exciting experiments, and exciting news about places that my work is getting into and going. So I don't know, it just feels like a real honor. Thank you guys for spending another week with me, and I'll see you back here in 2 weeks.